Hello everybody, I am PentaHybrid, as I have this halo of light over my head. Anyway, excuse the darkness, it's pretty dark, so, yeah, it's pretty dark. So, today, or whatever day it is for you, it's probably a different day than it is for me because I'm on the cusp of a new day. Hence, the dark. It's probably been a while. Time doesn't really mean much to me. And given that I've been pretty busy recording some other stuff and putting together a couple of lists, writing lists, figuring out what I want to let's play next, blah 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 blah. And I hate opening this up like it's one of my announcements, but seeing as I'm pretty much just not going to do announcements anymore because I don't release enough of something that's different so that I would need to do an announcement. Maybe, 6,000 subscribers, 400,000 likes later. Maybe I'll do announcements then, but right now it's SteamWorld Dig, a video every day, Listitis every Friday, and then whenever I feel like doing one of these. So it's really just a matter of, and then Cave Stories pretty much all recorded. So there's really no need for an announcement. I mean, pretty much my announcements are at the end of Listitis, and that's a weekly thing, so I shouldn't even need to do one of these things for an announcement. And, so yeah, there's really not going to be any announcements anymore. Yeah, I pretty much sum it all up at the end of Listitis at every Friday, which is, my panel of like it, usually features up in this corner the current Let's Play that I'm doing. In this corner, click here for more Listitis, which takes you to the playlist of Listitis. Down here is the upcoming Let's Play that I'm going to be doing. Over here is, I believe, my subscribe button, and then down here is the PentaRANTS playlist that you can click upon and go to the playlist. So there's really no need for me to do a separate announcement video for shit that you get to see at the end of every Listitis video. And if you don't watch all my videos as they're uploaded, that's your problem for not knowing what's coming up next. And I'm not going to feel bad, and I'm also not going to blame you because even the people that I've been subscribed to for years, I don't watch every single thing they do. I mean, shit, I've been a fan of Day 9, Sean Plott, for a long time, and I still have not watched all his days off because there were several Fridays where I just didn't have the time to watch him stream it. Several years ago when I was working 70, 80 hours a week, I was lucky if I was able to do any gaming myself on my own time, so it was like, whatever. Wow. This looks amazing when that light's behind me. Looks phenomenal. I missed my beard. I had a beard a while back, like an actual beard, and I shaved it off, and I'm not sure why. I don't remember why I did it. But when I have that light on me and I'm like this, it looks like I have about half of the beard I did have at one point. This is all real. This is just good lighting, because this is like probably only about an inch long right here. So I can get a little closer, you can see that. It's not really that long at all. But back here, it's like... Anyway, what am I going to talk about next? Shit, I don't know. Looking at Mega Man. Right there. No, that guy. I have no idea what I even want to talk about anymore. I was playing Unepic earlier. That was pretty fun. That's a good game. That's a very good game, actually. I considered doing a Let's Play for that, and I put up the one video of it of me playing it, and just to like the first 25 minutes or so. It's pretty good. It's actually really, really funny. Some of the references they have in there are just too funny. Like, I was laughing my ass off playing that game. I still do. It's a really fun game. I suggest you get it. Anybody who's watching this who's interested in indie games, I suggest you get it. Is it an indie game? I'm not sure if it's an indie game. I think it's an indie game. I'm pretty sure it's an indie game. I'd have to check. It's just really fun, feeling like you're playing an old school kind of dungeon crawly platformer, in the vein of like what it would feel like if Dungeons and Dragons was a platformer. And I got lost in that game. I really did. I got completely lost in one of the parts because it's non-specific. There's some things on there that, like, there's a ladder that goes up to the roof, and that's usually what ladders do. They go up as high as you can go. What I didn't know was that if it touches the actual ceiling, you're able to go onto another floor. I didn't know that until I just was trying to jump off and smack the wall to see there was an invisible wall, and all of a sudden just whoop, new room, light a freaking sconce, and progress in the game. And now I have the mind key. I got that a little while ago when I was playing, and I got the mind key, and now I got like 10 doors I can open. Not 10, it's like 4, maybe 5, but still, it's a really fun game. What else have I been doing? Like, I don't need to tell you guys what I've been doing on YouTube, because there's like Twitter and whatever. If you're interested, you can see what I've been posting, or just go to my freaking uploads or my videos or whatever you want. Whatever. I think it looks like videos to you guys. To me, it's uploads. To you, it's videos. To check that out, because it's pretty much just been SteamWorld Dig. I just as of 10 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, whatever it was, put up my listitis video for the day, because I decided to do it at night. I know I used to do them in the early in the morning or sometime in the early afternoon, and I realized that why not put them up at like 10 or 11 or so, like that, because that's like the hustle and bustle of internet activity. That's where all the losers, and I say that with my heart, losers is not a negative term, and all those people are just sitting up watching stuff. Or like me, I hang out on Raptor and just look at like the communities and see what people are up to, and see, like, I did post something, and like, hey, do you know how to do this, and don't starve, or hey, do you know how to do this in Hotline Miami, hey, what's the best mask, what's your favorite this, and I'd say Binding of Isaac, but I pretty much know everything about that game, and I want to do a let's play of that. But I actually had like 4 hours of it recorded, and then the footage got corrupted as I was messing around in my files like a dumbass, and it all got deleted. So, which sucks, because I think we unlocked the blue baby during that, and then all the footage got deleted. So I might do it again at some point. I got so pissed off that I just put the folder as postponed, and then I got into doing SteamWorld Dig, and then I got, I want to do Game Dev Tycoon. That's been pushed back twice now. I was supposed to do that after FTL, and then I decided to do Spelunky PC, and then after Spelunky PC I was going to do Game Dev Tycoon, recorded a part, and then I was like, what, SteamWorld Dig looks really freaking cool, and I just couldn't resist, and I didn't want to start it without recording it, because I wanted to be blind. If FTL was nowhere near blind, I knew a lot about the game. Spelunky is the furthest from blind any of the games I could play is, and that's not even just from the PC version. That has to do with the HD version, which I'm pretty much considered one of the best players, I guess, at it. But not to sound cocky or into myself at all, I really don't care if I'm the best or if I'm the worst. It's a fun as hell game, and I have like 340 hours into it, so... what have I been playing? I've been playing Hotline Miami a little bit. That's a fun game. That just makes me feel like I'm playing actually a good Grand Theft Auto game, considering all Grand Theft Auto games are horseshit. 5 wasn't that bad. It just lost interest after about 3-4 hours. 4 sucked. 3 was really good, but it just doesn't hold anything up to like a top-down original Grand Theft Auto game. That's what Hotline Miami reminds me of, especially if you're wearing the Don Juan mask and you smack people with doors and it kills them right away. It's just hilarious. And the permadeath, except not really permadeath, I guess. It's not permadeath. I guess you would call it like pseudo-permadeath because you die and have to restart the level, but... And you don't start with any like power-ups or anything. It's a very hard game to describe because it's not permadeath, it's not roguelike, it's not like that, but it feels like it is. It has that feeling that it is. It feels like it's top-down Miami, Dark Souls, because it's fucking hard as hell. But it's just too fun. Every death I die in Hotline Miami, I feel awesome. I'm like, that's the cool... Like, I deserve to die. I charged at him, throwing my fists around, and he had a shotgun. Why should I feel like I should have beaten him? And, what else have I been playing? There's a couple games I really want to play, but I don't know if I want to Let's Play them or not. And if I decide to Let's Play them, I want to do them blind, because I've never played them before. One of them is Little Inferno. For anybody that knows what that is, I have no idea what that game is. I gotta adjust my seat. And actually, I'm gonna take a drink of water, because I've been recording this for 13 minutes. I've just been babbling. Because this is not any kind of a video. This is what, you know, when you see that in the playlist name for Random Encounters, how it says Ramblings of a Man Band. Eventually I knew I was going to do these like stupid little vlogs. It's not a PentaRant or a list or anything. It's just me bitching to the camera. What else have I been playing? But yeah, if anybody has any information on Little Inferno, please let me know, because I heard it's kind of fun. I heard it's extremely weird. The little bit I know about it, I heard it was extremely weird. And that is right up my alley. My friend Anthony just got done playing Stick It to the Man a couple of days ago. He's a very hard sell. He will not admit that he likes any game. Which is why I'm afraid. I want him to play Bastion, because he's never played Bastion. I know, right? Which is easily one of the best games of all time. He's never played it, and I want him to play it so bad, because that is not a game to me. That's an experience. Like, it blew my mind. It blew my dad's mind. It blew my friend Taylor's mind, because I had to have them play it. Like, you gotta play it. Actually, no, my dad, I was, when I was up staying with him for a while, I was playing Spelunky, I believe, and then I went to bed, and then I woke up at about 5 or 6 in the morning, and when I woke up, I went downstairs, and he's just sitting in the recliner playing with Bastion up on the TV, and I'm just like, dude, you're playing, dude, yes, I call my dad dude, like, dude, you're playing Bastion, this is awesome, I cannot believe you decided to play this. He must have just, like, gone through my freaking games library, and was like, this seems kind of cool. Which is totally my dad, by the way. He beat Dragon Age 2 on accident. My dad beat Dragon Age 2 on accident. He meant to well, on my games library. Okay, my Xbox, I have so many games on my Xbox. Not in disc form, on my hard drive for like the on-demand or whatever. Or arcades. I have a lot of arcade games on there too. But and he was going through it, and he wanted to play Darksiders because he saw me playing Darksiders, which is an awesome as hell game. It's pretty much the demonic Legend of Zelda, and he really liked the look of it, and he wanted to play it, and he was going through my games library, and he clicked on it, what he thought was it, and he's my dad, and anybody who's heard my dad, or if you watched FTL, my Let's Play of FTL Part 9 with Dad, I suggest you go to it, my dad was in that video, click here, you'll see it, and he doesn't have the best memory, and he has a better memory than he gives himself credit for, though. He has a great memory for certain things. He remembers what he needs to remember, and he remembers more than he thinks he remembers. It's just the basic human brain. You don't remember things until you really need to remember them. Like, shit, that's science. We'll get into a science video another time, but because I love science. But my dad clicked on Dragon Age 2 thinking it was Darksiders, and he started like, this isn't the game. I'm gonna make a character. Wait. I'm gonna make a character. Okay. Okay, story, stuff, and combat, and this is not a bad game. 50 hours later, beats the game, doesn't really think it's all the shit, but which it wasn't. Coming from a guy who has not played Dragon Age Origins. Bring on the hate. Bring it on. I don't care. It was terrible. It was awful. I played the first 30 minutes of Dragon Age Origins and I could not stand it. The combat was the most awful combat system in any RPG to date. It's god-awful. Awful, terrible, bad. Shitty, bad, terrible. I think I would rather shit razor blades than play that game again. I'm not fishing for hate, because I don't care what you think. You can enjoy the game. I'm glad you guys enjoy the game. But you have to be glad that you have to agree that I'm a different person than you, and I like different games, and I did not like Dragon Age Origins. The combat ruined it. The game was awesome. Besides, I don't feel like playing a game for 400 hours just to 100% it. That's ridiculous. I have a hard enough time playing a 6-hour game without wanting to play something else. And that's not my attention span, it's the fact that there are so many games out there that I like to play. I mean, I like RPGs, I love platformers, I love indie games, I like sports games. I was going to throw in MLB 2K12. Yeah, that game, that old game that was really phenomenal and people didn't give it enough credit for. What else? I mean, I don't know what I was talking about. What was I talking about? I was talking about my dad. My dad was playing, he played Dragon Age 2 on accident because he wanted to play Darksiders. But yeah, he woke up and he must have been going through my library and saw Bastion and really looked at it and thought it was cool. And I'm pretty sure he heard me talking about it before. A while before, because I had bought that when it first came out. And he was just like me. He was just blown away by that game. And yeah, I wanted that for my friend Anthony. I still want it for my friend Anthony. I want him to play. Oh, so many games that I want him to play. He's nowhere near into the indie scene like I am. Like, indie games to me are, it's not just a fad for me. A lot of people think that the indie golden age is upon us and it's going to be fading away very soon. And I hope it doesn't, because I cannot speak enough for how much indie games make me feel like games should make a person feel. It shouldn't be copy-paste every year for a game that's really not that good to begin with. The previous one wasn't even that good, and I'm sure some people out there who are watching this know exactly which 3 franchises I'm talking about. And which is where I come to a game like Dark Souls, and I appreciate that, or the Souls series, excuse me, where I come to a series like the Souls series, and I appreciate it so much, but it's not exactly an indie game, but a lot of indie games make me feel like a Dark Souls game would make me feel, and that's just like, it's so unusual and deep, and it's just Fez, Braid, Super Meat Boy, Bastion, the new Supergiant Games, Transistor, which I watched about the first hour while Day 9 played it last Friday, and it was just so beautiful, and just it's full of, you know, love from the developers that made it. And that's what happens when you have 12 people making a game instead of 3,000 mindless drones tapping away on a keyboard to make their $300,000 a year, which is completely ridiculous. That's not how much they make. It's just a random number that came to my mind. Developers don't make a bunch of money in the first place. Neither do programmers or testers in the game scene. But man, there's just like so many games that just have that emotional drive that you could feel while you're playing it, that the person who made it cared so much. Jonathan Blow, the guy behind Braid, his last name comes true. It blows my freaking mind that guy was like, I'm gonna make Braid, and I was making The Witness. Look up a YouTube video of The Witness. Anyway, and words. I was talking about something. But anyway, Indie games, yeah. But Anthony, my friend Anthony, he's not into indie games like I am, and I have pretty much like this part of my body where that heart thing is about this much of my heart. And you imagine the regular human heart is about this big. About this much of my heart is love for indie games. Yeah, he's not into indie games as much as I am. I'm losing my freaking mind, people. I apologize. This might be amusing to you, or it might be annoying to you, and you may not even be here anymore. Bye-bye, people who left. Bye-bye, people who are leaving right now. I'll miss you. Mwah. Anyway, the people who are still here listening to me bitch about life of gaming in general. Indie games, if you're not an indie game fan, I understand why not. I mean, some of them are a little unorthodox, and that's awesome to me, but it might not be awesome to you, and I appreciate that, because that's what makes humans so cool, is we're different than each other. But at the same time, we're the same, because physically we're all the same. We're all humans. But up here, this thing inside of our head is just so freaking different than each other, or to each other, because it's all about experience, it's all about interpretations, opinions, and it's just what makes humankind and gaming so cool to come together is because, like, Anthony played Stick It to the Man, and he thought it was which strangely has a lot to do with the mind. And I really wanted to play it because it looked kind of like if it looked like Tim Schafer made it almost. It looked like a Psychonauts copy, except not the way that you would imagine a copy, because it's hard to find an actual copy and paste job in the indie world, because there are so many different ideas in the indie world, because you don't have a publisher saying, we're not going to do that. You don't have THQ or whatever. I think they're actually done, which I apologize if they did end up going under. I think they did. Maybe it was Deep Silver. I'm not sure. I know Volition's still going strong, I hope. Saints Row for life. But anyway, brain. I don't know how much more of this I can take. You haven't noticed by now, I'm absolutely insane. I hope you guys know that. I really do. And the fact that I'm talking to like 4 people, it makes me even more insane. Actually, I'm not talking to anybody right now. I'm talking to a screen with a microphone, with a bottle of water. But hopefully somebody's listening. Otherwise, I'm just weird. Oh no! What would happen then? Nothing. Shh! Don't tell anybody. The NSA is listening. But yeah, he played Stick It to the Man. My dad played Bastion, really blew his mind. My friend Taylor played Bastion, really blew his mind. It's just when somebody, something so weird that when somebody plays a game or sees a movie or reads a book or hears a song that you feel so strongly about, and then that person says, it's like you're getting karate chopped by Bruce Lee, the resurrected Bruce Lee, in the chest. It's like, how do you formulate that idea about this perfect thing, weirdo? That's how I'm afraid I'm going to feel, because he's a very hard sell. He's a very hard sell. Like, so hard of a sell that, I mean, he's not impressed by many of anything, I mean, at all, really. And he's been that way since I met him. He's just really hard. Like, I'm excited about a lot of stuff. I get excited over things that I care deeply about. He's just not open like I am. He's very contained, and so therefore he doesn't like to admit when he really likes something. He'll actually probably really like the game, but he'll not, put that out so people can see that he really liked the game. He'll most likely just be like, it was pretty good. Narrator was kind of cool. And I'm going to be like, you're lying, you little shit. You enjoyed the hell out of that game, didn't you? And then he's going to go, it was pretty good. I mean, the whole floor coming up under you and the colors, it was pretty good. And I'll be like, you're lying still. You really enjoyed it. Just let the butterflies erupt from yourself and just be proud of something and happy about something for once. Come on. Come on. It feels really good to be excited. Next to that first cup of coffee in the morning, scratching a mosquito bite, which is bad. Don't do it, but it feels good. And I know this might sound weird, but taking a shower and then not drying your hair and going outside during spring when there's a breeze, or winter, or even during winter, take a shower, don't dry your hair, dry everything else, otherwise you'll get hypothermia, and then go outside and next to those three things, excitement is probably the best feeling in the world. Being excited about something is just awesome, because it's like, it's hard to describe. What's the last thing that I was super excited about? I mean, I gotta say I'm pretty excited about Sonic Boom. Yes, I like the new character designs, and being, a 20-plus year Sonic veteran and fan, I'm allowed to say that. I'm not just some 14-year-old kid who, the only Sonic game I played was Sonic Colors, and then, the Sonic Boom characters look really cool. No, I'm Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Angel Island, and all that shit. I've been playing Sonic since I was a baby, and, so coming from somebody like me saying that it looks really cool, and it's a nice idea, because the fast platformer is not really going to innovate anything anymore, and so what they're doing with, like, what they did with Sonic Lost World, people were very iffy about it, and I never played it, but I saw enough of it, and I was really impressed. And I wish I could have played it. And I was really impressed with the look of that game, because Super Mario Galaxy was awesome, and Sonic is awesome. And so when you put them together, it's not going to be shit. It's probably going to be awesome. And people just don't want to accept that because it's Sonic. If it's not the Sonic 1, 2, and 3 formula, I don't want anything to do with it. Well, you liked Sonic Adventure, didn't you? Yeah. You liked Sonic Adventure 2, didn't you? Well, yeah. Well, quit being a fart. It's good. It's good stuff. Just because a game does not follow the formula of the older games in that series does not mean it's going to be bad. Hell, Mario has had 45 different jobs in his history. Nobody's bitched about that. But the second that Sonic slows down, people start to bitch. In fact, doesn't he get fucking tired from time to time? Jesus Christ, just let him just chill out for a second. Why can't Sonic be a fucking plumber or a construction worker from time to time? I mean, Mario spends his whole entire life playing with pipes and mushrooms. Sonic runs his ass off. If Mario and Sonic traded jobs for one game, Sonic would not change. In fact, he'd probably get it done quicker. Mario would actually lose weight and look like Luigi. Which is probably an upgrade, because Luigi's better than Mario. I said it, that's right. And Daisy's better than Peach. And Koopa Kid is whiny. Man. I have no idea. I do know one thing, though, and that's that I like indie games. And so there's a collection of them. I'm going to... Hold on a second. Where's my mouse? What do we got here? Hold on. We've got Don't Starve, Dust Force, Element 4I. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm assuming it's Elemental, except with a 4 for the A. Braid, English Country Something, Canyon Capers, Cave Story Plus, Cthulhu Saves the World, DLC Quest, Faster Than Light, Galcon Legends, game character for the RPG Maker software, Game Dev Tycoon, Guacamelee Gold Edition, Hammer Watch Hero Siege, Hotline Miami Intrusion 2, Limbo Little Inferno, Lone Survivor The Director's Cut, Metal Slug 3, Mutant Mudds Deluxe, Our Darker Purpose, Proteus, Puzzlebots, Reyes, Rogue Legacy, Sonic Mega Drive Classics and Genesis Classics, of course, which I have all the Sonic games, Shining in the Darkness, those kinds of games. SteamWorld Dig, Super Meat Boy, Symphony, Binding of Isaac, Thomas Was Alone, Unepic, VVVVVV, You Have to Win the Game, and I believe that's it. That's actually on my computer, so I have a bunch of other stuff that's not on my desktop, but, I mean, I love indie games. I do. Obviously, Sonic is not an indie game, but I was reading really fast, and it happened to be in the way, so, but, I just, like, Our Darker Purpose has a bad reputation, apparently, from what I've read. Some people, which is just bullshit, because some people's opinions seem to sway more favor than other people's opinions, but it's got a lot of hate, because it's like, it's just a stupid chick in the Binding of Isaac formula. And I'm like, well, Binding of Isaac is freaking Legend of Zelda formula, and that game is phenomenal. And then nobody knows what to say back. It's like, you take Legend of Zelda, and then you take the roguelike formula. You put them together, you get Binding of Isaac. If you take Binding of Isaac, or if you take Legend of Zelda, and then you take the roguelike formula, and then you give it a Tim Burton-esque art style, you get Our Darker Purpose. You don't get Binding of Isaac, you get Our Darker Purpose. So what, they play the same. So what, they have the same formula. It was made in vain of Binding of Isaac as a kind of like an homage. I mean, Binding of Isaac is a phenomenal game, and so is Our Darker Purpose. It's pretty good. I won't say it's phenomenal. That doesn't deserve that word by any means. It's a pretty good game, though. It's got a nice formula. It's got challenging bosses. It's definitely a lot harder than Binding of Isaac, but that's probably just because I'm really good at Binding of Isaac. Which people like to think because I'm good at Binding of Isaac, I'm probably supposed to be good at Our Darker Purpose. No, because they are different games. Like Binding of Isaac, you don't have any healing items unless you're Magdalene, which I choose to play as quite a bit, but you have to blow up stuff and kill enemies to get hearts, or find the blood machine and then blow it up and get hearts. Our Darker Purpose, you actually have juice boxes, and you have a maximum amount and a minimum, like a very small amount, and they don't cure your entire health bar, or your health numbers. It's not a health bar, it's a health meter. It's not even a meter. I don't know what to call those things, but they have the number/number. It's your full health. It doesn't heal you all the way. There we go, I succeeded. It doesn't heal you all the way, and each juice box you can power up and blah 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 blah. So it's different than Binding of Isaac. It has a different feel to it. And what's another really, Proteus. That game, that's another one that's getting a lot of disrespect. And I had to defend it a couple of times, which I don't like doing. I don't like defending games because that just causes people to pretty much just argue over nothing, because defending a game is kind of stupid. Defending anything is kind of stupid, really, because that's just your opinion, and defending something is trying to force your opinion on people, and that's really a silly thing to do. But that's one of those things that I had to step in, because people were talking that Proteus is not a game, and I took great disrespect to that, because people, which I'm going to be doing a PentaRANTS on at some point, people like to throw around the word gamer nowadays, and it's very frustrating for somebody like me who is an actual gamer. When people use the word gamer and refer to just video games, that's not a gamer. It's not a gamer. That's a person that plays video games. A gamer is somebody who enjoys gaming, which is the medium of playing an event, or a medium, or not a medium. It is the hobby. The hobby of playing any kind of gaming medium, which could be video games. Yes, granted, that is under the umbrella of gamer and gaming. But you have to realize it's like a bracket. There's lots of stuff under this umbrella of gaming. There is video games. There are card games, dice games, like board games, which are probably my biggest preference, is the tabletop games, the board games. And so I take great exception when people say that gamers, like when I say like I'm a gamer, people are like, oh, you just sit around and play Xbox? Like, no, dude. Like, I've been playing Magic the Gathering for freaking 15 years, no, 13, 14 years. So I've been playing it for over a decade. And even before then, I was playing dice. I've played lots of tabletop games. I mean, anyway, we're gonna get into that with the PentaRant. I don't want to get into it now because I just end up frustrating me, and then I end up ranting about it, and we're at freaking long time into this video. We are so. I don't know how to end this. It should have been ended a while back. I love leaning back like this because I look like Jesus. I used to look like Jesus. Then I cut my hair. But, man, there's just so many things. Like, this is why it's called The Ramblings of a Madman. Is because I'm really not sane at all. And my brain is filled with shit. Like, not real shit. That'd be disgusting and my head would smell bad. But just lots of stuff that people don't like to talk about. And one of those things is that's why a lot of people don't play indie games, is because they say that they're too controversial, they're too unorthodox, and that's why publishers stay away from them. And it's like, well, some of the indie games, they don't look for publishers. They publish them themselves because then they don't have to worry about cutting parts of their games out. Like Braid, I cannot imagine what Jonathan Blow would have had taken out of that game if he had gotten a regular publisher for his title. It'd be ridiculous what he'd have to take out of that game. There wouldn't be any nuclear war undertones. There wouldn't be any reversing time and finding out that you're the bad guy undertones. There won't be any of that stuff. It'd just be a freaking platformer. It'd be a Mario clone. It'd be just terrible. Because that game has such an impact on the gamer. The guy who plays it will not be the same after beating it, and that's for sure. I wasn't at all. I was ruined from here up. I was completely just trashed. Thanks, Jonathan Blow. That was a good experience. That was a great game. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about. This is going to end up being edited down quite a bit because it's a long-ass friggin' video. I was sitting here. I started at this much water, came down to this much water, and now I'm just watching myself talk. Having a staring contest with myself. I think I blinked. Did I blink? I'm watching myself blink. I just blinked. I was like, I can't tell if I'm blinking if I'm watching myself, because when I blink, he blinks. So I don't know. I just blinked again. I can feel myself blink. I'm blinking all the time now. I would have lost 10 hours ago. Anyway, you guys rock. Some of you are stupid, but you guys rock anyway, because everybody's stupid. Humans are stupid. That's not an insult. You're stupid. I'm stupid. Humans are stupid because we do terrible things and then we feel no guilt about them. We're bad people. There are good people within these bad people, but everybody's bad at the same time, and we're bad and terrible bad. Terrible. Kind of like Dragon Age Origins. I'm fishing for... Anyway. This has been me talking about shit.